Hi, I'm Terry, and welcome to Cat Scratch Kitchen. Today, let's talk breakfast. I'm going to show you a seasoning mix that you can keep in your pantry, and with just 1 pound of ground pork, you can create a great breakfast sausage. Let's get started. For 1 pound of ground pork, we'll need 1 teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of dried parsley, a half a teaspoon of dried sage, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme, a 1/4 teaspoon of dried red pepper flakes, a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of MSG. Now you don't have to use the MSG, but I do feel like it enhances the flavor. And lastly, just 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne, not for heat, just for flavor. And that's pretty simple, isn't it? Now you just want to whisk it all together so that it's well combined. Now you can store it in the pantry or you can use it right away. So let's get our pound of pork and our seasoning mix and make some up. I will make up to 20 times the amount of the original recipe and store it in a container. Then I've got it ready whenever I want. You can see my jar looks like it has feet all of a sudden. Looks like Brody's waiting for his turn for some sausage. So to your pound of ground pork, you only need 3 teaspoons of your seasoning mix. Just sprinkle it across so that it's pretty much spread over the entire thing. Then you're just going to get your hands in there and start mashing it together. That's the easiest way to me. Of course you can use a spoon or a spatula, but the easiest way for me is to put on a pair of gloves and just get in there with my fingers and make sure it's all mixed together well. Now this sausage is not only great for breakfast as patties or crumbled into milk gravy with biscuits, but it's also great crumbled up on top of pizza or even used in some casseroles in place of your ground beef. Now you're ready to use your sausage right away. Just shape it into patties, put it in your skillet and fry it up. I like to mix it up at least a day in advance so that it can sit in the fridge and all the spices can meld with the meat. It tastes a lot better to me. To store the sausage, take a sheet of plastic wrap, put your sausage in the center, fold the sides over the top of the sausage, and then kind of roll it along the counter to get the shape you want. Then take the 2 ends, twist the entire thing so that it's sealed up tight on the ends. Then you're going to take those 2 end pieces, fold them under the sausage, and set the sausage on top of them, just to make sure everything is secured and sealed. Now I like to make 2 or 3 pounds at a time, wrap each 1 pound portion, and store them in the freezer. When I want to have sausage the next day, just take it out of the freezer and leave it in the fridge overnight. Then the next morning, I slice it and fry it up. Doesn't that look good? It does to Brody. And that's it. As always, the recipe's down in the description box, along with a link so that you can print it out for yourself. Well, I hope you enjoyed our time together today, and that you'll join us again next week for another new recipe. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. See you next week.